My name is Debbie Barnett, and welcome to Wednesday Night Skill Building. Tonight is all about learning how to navigate through your tiles when you get them, through the Charleston, how to switch hands when you need to switch hands during the game. Yeah, it's a lot, and if you're newer, be patient because it does take time. It's not going to happen overnight. But for those of you who have been playing for a long time, I'm sure you remember how long it took you in the beginning to learn this game. It is a challenging game, I must admit. And every time I go through a beginner series, which I'm in right now, it reminds me of how challenging this game is to learn. And if you have any questions during the evening about any of my decisions, choices, or you don't understand something I say, put it in chat as well, and I'll be able to answer that. As usual, my expert players here of all levels, expert players of all levels, help out during the evening and help me make some choices sometimes when I'm having a little challenge. And I even get you guys to vote on which way I should go at times. And it's fun when we do this together. So I'm going to go ahead and head over to I Love Maj and welcome everybody who has joined on YouTube. I'm here now at I Love Maj's game Launchpad, which you get to by going to ilovemaj.com, clicking on the play at the top, clicking on the game Launchpad. I Love Maj is a very intuitive site. I recommend it especially for beginners. If you're not using I Love Maj currently, please consider trying it out for a 3-week trial. And if you do sign up, you could use my affiliate code, uppercase D, uppercase B, which will give you an extra week. Instead of 2, you'll get 3. What I love the most about this site is the exercise room. There is nothing like it for beginners to help you learn the card, practice the Charleston, figure out what your opponent is playing, and more exercises, all surrounded around helping you learn the card. Very, very important. So please do try it out. I really encourage you. If you have any questions about the site, about how to use it, you can always email me at debbie@MahjCon.com. Or mahjongteacher1@gmail.com. I'll put those in the chat right now. I always want you to be able to reach out to me if you need any help. So I could be reached at either of these emails that I'm putting in here. And just know you're not being a bother to me. Angela from YouTube watching says, I love Maj. She's a beginner using all the exercises. I won my first Mahjong ever last night. Congratulations, Angela. That is super, super. All right, here we are at the game Launchpad where I'm going to be playing against the bots. I click in the 4-player Mahjong and play with bots. If you're a beginner, certainly you can start with just for fun mode. The difference between just for fun and official is one records your stats, the other doesn't. So if you want to get comfortable and start winning a few games before you start playing the official game, feel free to do so. My feeling about the enable practice mode is that I would prefer that you not use this even as a brand new player. And I'm going to just give you my opinion on it, although some may love it. What it does is when you click on that enable practice mode, it's going to show you all the hands that you could potentially be making, and it's going to show you how many tiles toward that hand. The top 2 ones shown may have more tiles, but they may be toward a much harder hand that includes singles or pairs. So it's the one that has one less tile may be the easier hand and the one that you should be playing, especially as a new player. I'm just saying, use what you learned tonight and what you learned by coming every Wednesday night, and you'll be able to use your own head to figure out things. Okay, that's just my 2 cents on that. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep this at advanced level bots. If you're a new player, you might want to start at 1 and work your way up. Just be careful playing level 1 because level 1 bots do things that beginners will do when they really haven't had proper in-person training. So they may pass a pair in the Charleston, they'll pass flowers, quite a few flowers. Those are things I don't recommend that you pass if at all possible. And other things like maybe throwing someone's Mah Jongg at the end of the game when otherwise an intermediate or advanced bot would not do. Okay, so here we go. Open to live games. Somebody the other day asked me, they were clicking yes and they didn't know what happened when somebody invited them to their table. So what this means is that if you're playing and there is somebody live and they see that you're online, there's a way to tell who's online actively playing, and you say yes, you're going to get bumped out of the game you're playing against the bots. You're going to go into their table, and you don't know if they're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced player. So I just say no. That would be my thing, because especially if you're a beginner, you don't want to get with an advanced player who may not be very patient waiting for you to take your time. All right, here's a timer. If you don't know what the timer is, this helps you gauge how long it takes for you to make a decision on a discarded tile, whether you want to call it or not. If you start out with 10 seconds, there's still a pause button. So you don't ever have to worry about losing it, but you have to remember to click the pause button before you run out of time or you'll lose the discard. You can leave it off for as long as you're comfortable with leaving it off. I leave it off because we take our time through these games and I don't want to have to worry about a pause button. Also, please make sure that you have the 2025 card checked. Also, I Love Maj has their own card. It's fun. Once you learn one card, you can play any card. So you might want to change it up a bit and have fun with the I Love Maj card as well. So I've already got that checked. I'm going to start the game. And I like to sort by suit just initially to get the tiles in suit order, and then they're always sorted numerically. And I do put my wins and dragons down to the end just initially. It doesn't mean they're going to stay there. It's just the way I've been doing it for as long as I've been playing, which is only a few years since I'm in my mid-20s. So I probably am not going to be able to change that now, but if you leave them up front here and that's the way you like it and it's easy for you, that's fine. I guess my feeling is that Winds and Dragons have their own category on the right side of the card. So that's why I feel like they kind of belong there. Just like flowers belong at the beginning of the tiles because they're at the beginning of the hands. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's exactly why I do it. All right, now looking at this tile, at these tiles, if you're a new player, you're going to be looking at them and thinking, what am I going to do with them? Well, if you have a multiple of something, more than one of the same number in suit, not like this here. I've had questions come up recently where people have said, oh, you mean like this? No, this is not multiples like this is multiples. This is multiple like numbers, but it's not a multiple which would fill into a grouping. So for multiples, it would be these nines. And those would be the ones we would want to try and work off of if we can. That would be the most important thing, to start with something you have more than one of. So looking at nines, and I encourage you, by the way, I don't want you to memorize the card. That's unrealistic, but I do want you to memorize the category so that when you look at nines like this, you know that it could be like numbers, which is a category on the left panel. So I do have one other like number. And I also know that in that category of like numbers, dragons are important in a couple of the hands. So I keep my dragons. I like to keep them as much as possible and not pass them in the Charleston if I can avoid it. But I don't know that it's going to happen all the time. It's not. There are going to be times you're going to have to end up passing them. Uh, and Agnes, by the way, did say she's one of our instructors that comes in. I love to teach and love it when the games start coming together, and I love seeing them win. Yeah, it is so fabulous and exciting when they finally start to get it, for sure. Okay, now moving on from like numbers, which we're keeping our eye on, what else would nines go with? Well, they could go with they could go with a consecutive, and they also could go with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, both of which are in the middle panel. So let's see what we have. We have a 7, 8, 9 in a one suit right now. And if we're going to keep anything for a run, we would want to keep the 7 possibly, because we also may have a mixed suit run that could come up where it would be 7 bam, 8 crack, and 9 dot. Flower, 7 bam, 8 crack, 9 dot, which would be the consecutive run, line 3 on the right side. I like to see every little possibility and keep as much as I can, but we'll see. Right now, I don't think the South is going to work for me. And I'm not going to keep the 1 dot, even though I see 1 dot, 7 dot, 9 dot, that would fall into a couple of hands. Line 1 on the left side, which is line 1A. And it also can be line number 5 on the left side too. But I see other things that might be more flexible. So we're going to get rid of that. Now, is there anything else that's important to keep in these tiles? Well, we do have this hand, just ignore the flower, 5, 7, 7, 9, and that would be our 2 suit, what we call our pung kong, pung kong. If you don't know your terms, which are written all over the card, I encourage you to know them, because I don't explain that hand as 3 5s, 4 7s, 3 7s, 4 9s. It is our pung kong configuration. A pung is 3 like tiles, a kong is 4 like tiles. Those hands are really nice because you don't need to worry about any pairs at all or any singles, which means you can use jokers all over that hand. And I actually have no gaps here, meaning there's no missing pieces at all. So for the hands that we have no missing pieces for, it's 5, 7, 7, 9, 7, 8, 9, flower, 7, 8, 9. And if I can keep these dragons for a little bit, maybe the 9 with the other 9s for any like numbers, we've now got some nice things to keep an eye on here. So a little bit of consecutive, a little bit of the odd 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 category, a little bit of any like numbers. And in the, by the way, in consecutive run, it could be a multiple of things that come through, a multiple of things. You know, we've got another hand here, which is under consecutive run line 6 with 1 suit for the run and then opposite dragons, which are both pairs. So we've got lots of things that it could turn out to be. We just don't know what it's going to become right now. And let me take a real quick look of what Francie said 5779, Jackie said 5779, Stacy said line 5 in consecutive run, and Jackie said consecutive run line 6. So yeah, we've just got so many things. Well, the more we can keep track of, by the way, the better it is. So for you beginner players, as you're listening to me talk, you can also be looking at the chat. Make sure you I like to pull my chat window. You can move it out, by the way, and keep it on the side so you don't have to type it in within the chat thing if you know how to do that. Took me a while to figure it out. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh, we got so much to keep an eye on, don't we? Now we got a 6 and a 6 dot in north and a 1. And I am pretty confident I'm not keeping those babies. But I see that the 6 here has come into play. The fact that we've got 4 in a row. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, I think I heard somebody's camera unmuted. Okay, so this here, 6, 7, 8, 9 is also a pung kong configuration. And 6, 7, 8, 9, line 2A under consecutive run. So 2A, when I say A and B, left and right side, right? So that's another one right there. Now we got to figure out what are we going to keep and what are we going to get rid of? Okay, so if I want to keep an eye on 5, 7, bam, and 7, 9, dot, and I want to keep my runs and I want to keep the dragon, I'm thinking the dragons right now for maybe that consecutive run hand. I'm kind of thinking that the 9 crack is probably makes the most sense to get rid of. If anybody sees something that makes more sense, let me know. But I'm thinking this might be the best 3 tiles to get rid of. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on pass. And now I got another 5, bam. Now I got to re-look at 5, 7, 7, 9. Now you notice I haven't said anything about the jokers, even if I had more than one joker. I haven't said anything about the joker. Even if I had more than one, I keep them in mind that they're going to help fill in the hands, certainly. But I don't move them anywhere. And I see my beginner players so often sticking the jokers in between something. And I encourage you not to do that until you've committed to a hand and you know the jokers, where they're going to go, or you're good about putting it between 2 things and you say, well, I could call it for this and I can call it for that. Because I don't want you to think that it has to go in one place when sometimes it could be used in another place. That's all I'm saying. I don't want your brain to look at it and be like, oh, it's there and I can't use it down there. Okay, so just be careful with that. So now we're going to have to think about what do we want to keep? Well, let's see. Certainly the safest hands would be 5, 7, 7, 9 with, and also 6 dot, 7 dot, 8 dot, 9 dot, which is the run, meaning I'd have to give up one of these dragons. Now I can do a blind pass here because we're on the first left. So if I want to just see whether I get in one more thing that maybe helps me make a decision, I can do it. But let's see. Well, let me see. We have 6 tiles toward the 5, 7, 7, 9. And the consecutive run with the dragons, we have 7, 8, 9 with the dragons. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tiles is not an awful lot. But I can also still keep an eye on 6, 7, 8, 9, which has 5, one less than 5, 7, 7, 9. And I'm going to have to get rid of a dragon. And honestly, I want to do it now. And the reason I want to do it now is because I want to maximize what I get in. Instead of doing a blind pass, which only gives me 2 tiles, I want to get in 3 and see what happens. So remember I said really early on, I don't love to pass dragons in the Charleston, but sometimes you have to, I mean, you do what you got to do. Just try not to pass pairs and try not to pass flowers. If you can help it, please. That's like those are really the most important things. So let's see what happens.
Debbie, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, do you know where your chat is though?
Yeah, I was gonna raise my hand.
Yeah, but during the live stream,
Sorry.
I so much prefer if you do it in the chat. This way I can kind of answer it in between while we're playing. And it's just it helps with the flow of things a little bit easier. Do you mind? Let me know if you can't get to your chat, but I'm going to keep looking for it. Should be at the very bottom of your screen. So, okay, so Stacy said, why did I choose the green over the red? No real particular reason at this point. If I had, let's say, 5, 7, 9 BAMs in my hand, I would keep the green and get rid of the red because then I know that there's a hand under 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 that uses the matching dragon, which is a Punga dragons and a lot easier to get than those 2 pairs at the end of that consecutive run number. So that is the reason why not. Okay. Stacy said the red doesn't match anything, but the green does. Again, the green only matches the 5 and 7. And with having 5, 7, 9, 5, 7, 7, 9 be so strong, I would end up I would have ended up having to pass it now if I passed the red during this next pass. Either one was going to give me the same one. Line 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Line 7. Endpoints. Oh, you're talking about news here, which I just got in. Yeah. Anyway, I've got to continue here. To me, I don't see any difference between the green or the red with what I have in my hand. But I think Jackie is talking about, are you talking about line 7 here with the news? I do see that as a possibility. Yes. We're going to talk about that. Now, I have to continue the Charleston because I don't have just one hand that's formed. And I wouldn't want to stop it because I'm not going to be able to look at 12 more potential tiles. So I am definitely going to continue here. And this is going to be my choice if I want to keep track of the news, which I'm happy doing that really because I've got this really pretty 5, 7, 7, 9 hand coming in. So I'm going to do that. Now, I do want to just touch base again on the why didn't I do the red dragon rather than the green dragon, okay? If you see what happened, I just got in a red dragon, right? If I had passed the red dragon, just something to think about, not that, you know, we plan on what comes in our hand because we don't. If I had passed the green, the red instead of the green, and I got in this red just now, I would have had to pass the red to the same person who I just passed the other red to. So not that I knew that was going to happen, but I'm kind of liking the fact that I did choose the green instead of the red. So anyway, This is my choice now. We're going to keep track of the 5779 with news. And the reason I like this option is because we have the hardest parts of that hand. That's line 7. We have the pair of 5s and the pair of 9s, line 7B. So that's what I'm going to do here. And now I'm going to pass these out. Okay, I got another red back. There's 3 reds going around in the Charleston. Now, this is a darn pretty pass, I'll tell you. You know, do I want to pass this? I don't want to pass it. But am I going to take something out of my hand right now and break it up and not pass this? Nope, I am not going to do that. So, Annie, I hope you can use this beautiful pass. When you guys are playing in person, how many times does somebody pass you something and say, this is a beautiful pass? How many times do you look at it and most of the time you can't even use it? So we don't have a crystal ball, but we do the best we can. So here we go. All right, so I'm real happy I made that choice because the South came in and we're 1 tile closer to line 7 under 13579. Now I have the choice of doing a blind pass. And the green, I think there was only 1 green that went around. So I would be okay with doing this as opposed to doing the red, because there's 3 reds that were going around. I'm pretty sure there are 3 reds. Did anybody else count that up? When I sent out a first and second, and then I had 1 red still in my hand, and then I got another one. I think there are 3 hanging around out there, which is kind of weird, but I do want to see if I could get in a couple of more things. Let's see what happens.
Courtesy pass.
Oh my goodness. You can't get any luckier than this, can you? Right? No, you cannot. Now I'm going to just do 1. I'm still not going to send that red out because I know there's another 1 or 2. But I'm going to do 1. If I were playing in person, none of my friends would give me 1 tile if I asked for it. They would just say no, thank you. And that's what I teach. If somebody says 1 tile in the optional, just say no, thank you. You don't want to give them 1 more tile that they need. Look, I just got the news at the end on that last right. I just got the north. So just say no, thank you. But the computer will let me do it. So I'm going to say 1 and take it. Okay. All right. Now we'll talk about prioritizing discards right now, which is, again, another level. If you're a beginner, you know, you don't have to worry a whole lot about this right now, but I like to talk about it. So as you get to be more experienced, you could think about these things. The flower is a pretty priority tile to get out this year. This year's card is full of flowers. We've got 41, I think, % of the hands have flowers. Kongs need 4 flowers. Kongs are 4, right? That's hard to make those with 4. So they need a lot of flowers if they're playing. Pairs, hard to get, right? If somebody else is playing a Kong, there's only 4 others. If another player is also playing flowers, could be very challenging. And then we've got our pungs this year, 3. Pungs are so easy to make with the flowers. So all of these are so important, and it's good to get them out as soon as possible. The red is probably the most important for me to get out right now because there were a couple of going around in the Charleston. And if somebody did end up with them and decided to use them, I want to make sure I get it out early. The most important thing is to get tiles out that are not on the table early. When you get to the end of the game, that's when you start to think about, should I be sending this tile out now It looks like it could be needed by someone. It's not on the table, or there's only one on the table. Should I discard it? How close am I to Mahjong, et cetera, et cetera. Those are the things we think about later. But while you're building your hand, you got to get tiles out. So pretty much any tiles that are left in my hand after the Charleston that I've never passed out and that I end up with, I get rid of those first. The one bam I got at the end. What if one of the players had such an incredible hand and they continued the Charleston and they ended up having to break up something that they needed, like maybe this one bam, and I ended up with it at the end? That means I need to get it out as well. Anything you think somebody needs, basically, or might need, needs to go out in the first 2/3 of the game, which will now bring me to showing you that there are 99 tiles here after the deal. If you break it out into thirds, it's going to help you think in terms of when you could be quicker in the game, not worry as much. First third, certainly you get everything out as quickly as you can. The second third, the next 33 tiles, again, you could go pretty quick, but you're going to still be keeping track of things that are going on because your opponents are going to probably have exposures by then. And the last third is when you start putting a lot more thought into what you're getting out. So let's see what happens here if we get to that part of the game. But let's see if anybody calls this, or if nobody needed those beautiful reds. All right, here we go.
Red, east,
Nope.
one crack, flower,
Okay, so I got in a 9 bam, and I definitely am not going to be using it here anywhere. But my next priority is going to be my flower.
flower, call, 3 bam,
That's the reason we get them out early. Just think that if I decided to wait 3, 4 more rounds and Amistad was set, I could give him Mahjong with that flower. So I'd rather him call it for an exposure than to
3
call
dot,
it later for Mahjong.
8 dot,
Okay, again, I'm going to get out this one bam because that was also something that came to me at the end of the Charleston.
1 bam, 7 dot,
Okay, now, here we are. Normally, in almost all situations, this would be too early to call because it would be going out, my hand wouldn't be formed yet, and I'd be saying, no, I gotta hold up, it's too early, my hand's not formed. But my hand is almost fully formed, with exception of needing one more good pick for the 7 bam or the joker. So honestly, I would do it now because it's going to get me one more tile closer to Mahjong. I just have to hope I can get a joker or a 7 bam to get set to call that one than for Mahjong for the win. So we're going to call this for a, and always look at the card and make sure if you're a newer player, how many do you need? Line 7B, I need 3. That's a pung. So I need this as a pung.
call,
And now I'm just going to go ahead and look at the table. Neither of these are out, means they got to go out.
9 bam,
I also have a joker exchange possibility, just like my opponents do.
joker swap, 6 dot,
Interesting that the reds haven't been discarded yet.
yeah,
Already took my joker. Not nice. Okay, so here I just do the 9 crack because I see there's a 1 crack out.
9
There'll be
crack,
plenty of time
3
to
crack.
duplicate all of these discards.
8 dot, 8 bam,
And again, they're all out. If I knew that I threw this earlier or one of the opponents threw it earlier, whatever, I might say, oh, I'll get that one out because it went out earlier. But they're going to be scattered all about, so you're not going to really know when you're playing in person. On the computer, I could see it was early. So I prioritize that one as being one that needs to go out now.
1 crack,
If that makes
Yeah.
sense, I hope.
9 crack. Green,
The reds have not gone out yet. Have you noticed? I mean, both of these are out. Interesting.
north. 4 crack. 2 dot.
Okay, so this is not out, so I say, oh, I'll get that out instead of the 8 bam right now.
West. 4 bam.
And 8 crack is not out, so that's why I picked that one.
8 crack. 3 crack. Red,
Ah, a red.
flower.
Okay, another 8 crack, and again, they're both out now, so it doesn't really matter.
8 bam. 7 dot.
One tile from them for your hand. Francie, I'm not sure if that was a while ago. Wouldn't I want to get that one tile from them for my hand? I'm not sure what
Crack.
exactly.
That,
2 crack.
that's when you were saying, you would tell them, no, you didn't want their one tile, but wouldn't you want to see if you would get a good tile from them and take that?
Oh, no, if somebody only wants one, to me, it's more important to decline the one because I could be giving if they said I only want one, that's indicating to me that they have really good tiles.
Okay.
So I would rather not give them the one tile and
Oh.
forfeit it on my end. Okay, now I get it. Sorry. I was like thinking it was just now about something. But flower goes out,
Flower.
important.
2 dot. 9 bam.
Okay, and I know no 5 cracks went out. That one sounds and looks and smells new to me, so.
5 crack. Call. 5 bam.
Okay, there's a good reason to get it out early. Again, you might be saying, well, why'd you do that? Because now Amistad called the 5 crack. Well, if I held it, I would prevent myself from making my hand because if I wait another round or 2 or 3, the 5 crack might be his Mah Jongg rather than exposure. So that's
Joker's
the
thought.
reason we
Red.
do that. There's the other red.
Red.
There's another red. Interesting. Okay, now I'm going to do the 8 instead of the 9 only because I have 3. It might be an indication that the 9 is certainly safer than the 8. That's another little higher level of thinking if you do stuff like that. But you know what? I think I've mentioned this before. Every single tile this year could potentially be a hot tile up until the last tile. I could give you an example. If someone's playing line number 4 under 369 and they need one single 9 dot, my 9 dot could be the tile they need. But it's a little, right now, probably safer than the 8 crack. So you could do either. I don't think it would make much of a difference, but.
8 crack. 6 bam. 4 crack.
Oh, by the way, Amistad has a pung of flowers with 5, so we can kind of isolate that to being consecutive run line 4 or what else? I don't think anything. I think that's the only hand. If you see something, put it in chat, which means that he needs 3 single tiles preceding a 4 and 5. So it would actually be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know what the 2 suits are, which way they go, but let's see. 1 cracks, 3 1 cracks are out, 2 2 cracks, 3 cracks are out galore. He still could have that 1 left, or he could be playing dots for the 1 2 3 and cracks for the 4 for the Kong of 4s. We don't really know at this point, but not cracks, I'm sorry, bams, dots, bams, and cracks. I messed up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, right, it could be, thanks, Deb. It could also be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I forgot, you can go above 5. Yeah. True.
1 bam, west. West. 1 crack.
Well, he's not using ones. All 4 are out. And now we are set to call Mah Jongg on a 7 bam, a joker exchange. Do we have that ability? Yes. Or picking the 7 bam ourselves, or a joker exchange. So hopefully I'll get it before Amistad. How close are you, Amistad?
9 dot. 7 crack. Green. 9 crack.
2 crack.
He's very close.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he could be very close. Absolutely.
2 crack. South. 6 bam. 9 crack. 2 bam. 7 bam.
There we go. Well, we beat you out, Amistad. I can't wait to see which way he's playing it.
Mah Jongg.
All right, Amistad was doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the dots and the bams, and he was set to Mah Jongg on a 4 bam. Yep. And you could study the discards to probably figure out, like with all the ones that were out, we were pretty much going towards dots and bams. But we probably could have looked to see how many 4s were out as opposed to 6 cracks. And actually, it could have been either way, probably, because 6 cracks are here in Kurt's hand, and we wouldn't have known. No, not 6 cracks, but it had to be 6 bams, so never mind. But 2 are here. Okay, so that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 consecutive run. It tells you right here under line 4. Annie was playing 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, line 3 with the matching dragons. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. And then Kurt 3, 6, 9, line 5 with the pairs up front, and then the opposite suits for either 3, 6, or 9 that can be played. Remember to read what's in parentheses, always. Stacy said, news, interesting this year, only 2 lines, so it makes me hesitate. Yeah, it's very interesting. I happen to play this hand quite a bit myself. And I've played the line 4 of Winds and Dragons too. But man, if you get a couple during the Charleston, and then like we got a third, and then we picked the North, why not try it if you've got a hand going toward it? I didn't have enough dragons to start with to nail that down because I didn't have those wins in it initially. Cheryl said, I can only stay for 1 tonight, but such a good one. See you next time. Okay, Cheryl, thank you for coming, and I'll see you again soon. Okay, and hello, everybody on YouTube. Let's see, Carol said I would consider holding the wins with 5, 7. Oh, Carol said that earlier too. Sorry, Carol. I seem to get your stuff sometimes late. Oh, boy. Okay, let's start again.
First Charleston.
Sort by suit. I've got 1 joker again. Well, I'll take it. I don't mind, really. It's so funny because right now I'm seeing that news again. I'm going to leave that there, even though I usually move it down. I just want to see what we have for 5, 7, 9. A little disjointed is what I call this right now because of the fact that we don't have, 2 on either side. So, 5 bam, 7 bam, 7 dot, 9 dot, 5 crack, 7 crack, 7 dot, 9 crack, or 7 crack, 9. I mean, we just have like, it's pretty all over the place. But I do like to sort in evens and odds. So if I do move this down here for a moment, we'll just keep an eye on thinking about that for right now. I do have more odds than I do the 1 even. If I had more evens, I might consider keeping East and West and going with the evens. Maybe I'll get a lot of wins in. And I might want to consider keeping this with the wins to see what happens. I mean, it's a possibility. to see what happens. I think for me, if I'm gonna keep something in the, if I'm gonna keep some 5, 7, 9 right now, I think these would go. But I'm a little torn as to whether I want to keep the wins and see if I get more wins in the Charleston. So hit me up in chat and let me know what you think. You know, it could go either way. It could go one way, it could go good, or the other way, it could go good. So we just don't know. I do know if I keep any of the 5, 7, 9s, it wouldn't be the 5 and 9 together, because that wouldn't make sense. But anybody have any thought? Maybe this one? Keep one suit of each of these? Yeah, I agree. Keep the wins. I do like that. I have a couple of people saying keep the wins. All right, well, why don't I do the 5 crack? It's as good as any. Let's see what comes in. Wait a minute. If we need 5 cracks, why would I keep the not toss the 9? Some 5s. Are you saying for like numbers? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why for like numbers. Well, if we do like numbers, then those wins are all gonna go. So I don't know necessarily if like numbers is gonna be my strong anything, but yeah, I was keeping each of these 3 suits because this could be 5, 7, 7, 9. Look, one thing, a couple of passes could definitely change everything. But I didn't get anything that really looks decent right now. So I am going to, let's see, I hope I'm going to stick with this right now and see if something, let's see, 2, 3. I'm going to try one more time, stick to it like that. Okay, so I got one more dragon. That's good. Because that could be line 4 of Winds and Dragons. And we didn't get any more news yet. So if I'm going to ditch the idea of the 5, 7, 9, then I can move these up here right now. And I could pass any of them. Because I don't think there's anything that really is going to make much sense yet. Let me just see. We'll do this one. Okay, so I got a north. And, you know, so I am getting, I got another wind, so that's good. All right, we'll continue here, of course.
Second Charleston.
And we're going to do this, this, and this. And I got a south. Okay, that's nice. And I got a wind. So now we have to think about this a little bit. What am I going to do here? Flowers, line number 4. Flowers, dragons. Reds, NEWS, and the green right there with flowers. So that's all what I have. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 6, 9 there, which is very, very pretty. And my vote would be, let's see. If I have 2 norths, and if I keep the north, see, I'm looking at line 1. If I keep the north, then it's good for the left side because I would need the 4. If I keep the east, it would make sense for the right side, but I can't keep either. Closed hand, Carolyn said, closed hand with the dragons. Oh, I like the closed hand. Let me see. North, east, west, and south. Oh, that's really pretty. So now ditch the green. I kind of like that, Carol, even better. That's even nicer. Wow, I have not been playing that hand, and somebody won it recently, and I was like, that's a really nice, easy closed hand. Well, not that easy, but I have the pairs right now, so that's really good. All right, you've convinced me. So now that Carolyn said the bottom concealed wins in Dragon's hand, I'm going with that. And what did I get? Nada.
Courtesy pass.
I got a green. That means that I passed it on the across, and they would have given a last right. I think there are two greens out there. Interesting. Now, if I want to keep the green for flexibility, I can do two here.
9 bam.
And that's what I'll do. So here we go.
Green.
There it is. That's that one.
7 crack.
And now again, I'm going to get rid of everything that I had left that came to me at the end of the Charleston or that was in my hand, which is pretty much these two here.
9 crack. North.
Okay, now we've got a north. I can't call it for the concealed hand, of course. If I were to call it for the top hand on the right side, I'm, very weak with the west right now, and I only have the one joker. And of course, I'm weak with the south. So this is an example, which we didn't have last game, of too early to call. So it's got to be an ignore.
9 crack. Green.
Not that I want it, but not that I want that to be the way it is. Okay, so the flower certainly would be better for the dragon with the news. And two greens have gone out. I might consider it, if it goes out again, because I'm now closer to line 4, but I can still keep my options open because I have discards. As long as you have discards, you don't have to lock into one thing.
7 bam. 3 bam. 7 crack.
Oh, Winds and Dragons line 3 too with the flowers, yeah. That too.
So
That as well.
8 dots.
I don't have to lock in yet, do I? But let's see how close we are to both of those. So the flowers with the north and east, the west, and the south. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I could call the flower. I can call the east, and with the west and south, if I called the west, preferably not the south with two jokers, I need another good pick. With the other one, we've got, I think we're one tile closer to news. I think we're one tile closer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 versus 10. Okay, well, hopefully I'm going to pick a tile that's going to give us direction. Yeah, east is a pair for line number 3. Well, I think we had that together already. North, east, west, and south. We put that way. Yeah, it is.
5 crack.
I got it covered, I think.
1 bam.
Okay. Now we have a pung of the 3 flowers, and that now also gets us to this point here, where, let's count, line 4. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I can call the flower, the green, and the red. The other way, north, east, west, and south. I'm in sort of the same predicament, but I have one less tile plus weakness in the south or the west, mostly the south, because I would want to call the west with the joker and not the south and put up two jokers. That would not be what I would want to do. So, does everybody agree here that line 4 is really very pretty? I know I realize that there is definitely two greens out, but I could always use the jokers with the greens and call the red. So I'm really kind of set here, right? So line 4 is, I'm closer. It kind of, I can call everything. Those are the things you want to think about. So that's what I'm doing, committing.
North, 9 dot. 2 bam. 9 crack.
And I do like to get out wins if I'm not using them, because we just don't know when someone else is doing that grouping of news with 5, 7, 7, 9. Might as well just get them out.
East, 7 dot. 5 bam. 5 dot.
I don't remember if this was in my hand at the end or not, but there is a 5 crack out and no 3. Oh, there's both. Okay, both are out, so they can both equally get duplicating now of the tiles
5
that are
crack.
there.
1 crack. South. Bam.
If that south went out, if I chose that hand, I would have had to put that up with either 2 jokers or let it go. And that would not be my way of wanting to do it.
3 bam. 9 bam. 2 bam. 1 dot.
Okay, they're both out. So
7 bam. 2 dot. 1 dot. East.
now I get one in my hand, but that's okay. We're sticking to what we're doing.
South. 1 dot. West. 4 crack. 2 dot. 1 bam. 6 crack. Green.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and call it. What's really beautiful is that 2 of them are out already, so the joker will be not available for joker exchange, which makes it really, really nice. So I'm going to call this for a pung.
Call.
And now
3 bam.
I'm set to mahjong on either a flower, a red, a joker, no joker exchange, or a joker pick.
1 bam. 1 crack. South.
I picked 2 souths, but 1 went out, 1 east went out, I think 1 west went out. So
7 bam. 2 bam. 8 dot. East. 8 bam. 2 bam.
there we go. There we go. You don't have to put them where they go, by the way, the computer will do it, but I just like to do that.
Mah Jongg.
All right, good help there, guys, with your suggestions and all. It's really nice to be able to keep an eye on multiple things, but then for you to see how we actually come to making the decision over one versus another is really important. Now, Amistad was playing line 4 of 2, 4, 6, 8. That's with the singles, actually a calling the flowers, and then singles with either 2, 4, 6, or 8 for the pungs, and he was far away. No flowers for him. Woohoo! And then Annie was playing quince line number 1 with only 1 joker, but it is the easiest of the quints to play. But you still do need some more than 1 joker. I guess he was hoping he was going to get them. And then consecutive run line 7 with that's the one with where the pairs can be in any position. So 5 numbers in a row. The pairs can be anywhere. So he chose the 4s. He had 4 dots. 4 BMs that he also needed are here. So he was really far from it. All right, let's get another one going. Uh-oh, we have no jokers. But do we have multiples? You bet we do. We have 3 and a pung of 2s. Woo! So 2s could be 2025. I'll just keep that 5 there for now. I'm going to need a 0, at least one. It also can be like numbers with 2s, and it can be 2, 4, 6, 8 right there. So that's really kind of pretty. That means with what I have left, I'm going to keep all of this right now. I don't want to get rid of any of that. I'm going to mix this up like that, and I'm going to try to keep an eye on 2025, any like numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 3 categories that we can keep an eye on. Oh, but now I only have 1 tile. Oh no, 2 tiles. What am I going to do? I guess I got to figure it out, right? Okay, like numbers with 2s, starting there. No jokers. I don't know. Singles and pairs, anything that looks good in there? I hate the 2, 4, 6, 8 singles and pairs category this year with a passion. I don't like those singles and the pairs of dragons. I liked last year so much better. Then I sound like I'm whining. So I don't see anything that's really popping out to be something spectacular for in there. So the question becomes, do I keep 2025 open if I can and see what else here would make sense to keep? 2, 4, 6, 8 right there. Of course, the flowers I don't do anything with because I don't know if I'm going to need it or not. So I kind of feel like I don't think I need the 8 as much because I have 2, 4, 6, 8 here, the 2 suit. Debbie said toss the 5 bam. Ooh, I'm kind of thinking, what if I get Soapster in the game and 2025 really comes in nice? Agnes has tossed the 8 dot. I'm leaning toward the 8 dot. Oh my God. Now 2025 would be really pretty if I got some soaps, that's for sure. That's all I'm saying. I could really do something really pretty with that category there. So 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. I can't keep everything. I'm not so sure 2, 4, 6, 8 is coming in strong enough for me to do. But let's see if I were to look at line 4 and keep singles that would work with it. And one of the other 4s or 6s. So 2 bam, 4 bam, I don't have, 6 and 8. I could keep the 4 or the 6 as one more. This is a first left. What do you think? Jackie said 2, 4, 6, 8, line 4. I agree. So do you think I should get rid of the 5 and completely forget about 2025 and go with 2, 4, 6, 8, line 4 with 2s, not 4s? If so, why can't I do this? Okay, let's put that hand together. 2. Okay, it's line 4. A Kong of flowers, 4 singles. We need to get the 4 with the punga 2s is really pretty. Then I could still keep my 2025 open, which I really want to. Okay. Hey, Kurt, this is a beautiful pass if you're going that way. Let's see what Kurt says to me. He's not saying a thing. All right, that's what we're doing. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh my God. Like numbers with 2s is just amazing. And I have no dragons, which if I get one more 2 cracker 2 dot, I can easily look at line 2. Line 2, you have to have the 4 of something in your hand, or have everything else and be ready to call that last one to make that 4 that gets split into the pairs. Now the question becomes, what do I do? 2, I'm going to continue.
Second
So
Charleston.
do we want to do this? Keep that 2, 4, 6, 8 open with, or I know I have question more times for any like numbers. What is more times? Stacy just explained to me what more
More
times.
tiles, wondering if
More tiles, you said times, sorry. Oh, I should have been able to figure that out, what you were saying, more tiles to, oh yeah, any like numbers is beautiful, but I want to keep one more option. So it's either the line 4 of 2, 4, 6, 8 or 2025. I mean, it's really so either way. I can't keep it all. I guess I'll give this up. Okay, it only hurts for a second. So here we go. All right, I didn't get anything in. That makes me feel a little better that I didn't have to feel like, oh, I'm pouting. And we got those 6s and 8s back. I'm not going to keep them. I don't think I need them right now. And I want to see if I get a few more tiles in. So here we go.
Lucy pass.
I got the 5 back. Guess what? I can keep it. So I'm gonna keep the 2 tiles for the Charleston pass here. Oh my God, so funny.
West.
Oh my God. Okay, well, certainly any like numbers, line 2 is certainly an option. And that would be like this. We need flowers and 2s, 2 BAMs, and we need lots of jokers.
So
We're going to still keep an eye on 2025, although there goes the first of my lovely soaps. And what did we have left? The 1 dot in the south, because I'm keeping the 5 for a little bit. So
yeah.
we'll get the wind
Green.
out, more priority.
1 BAM. 8
Who knows? Maybe I'll get single dragons for that line 1. And that would be, I'd be closer to it anyway. Oh, there's my 2, 4, 6, 8 single situation.
1 dot. 8 dot.
It's going to be fun to
6
count them
dot.
up to see which one I have more of and which
8
are
dot.
easier, which is easier to make. Yeah. Oh, Stacy said, I've always heard don't fall in love too much with a hand. Well, you guys know me. I never fall in love with one hand. I'm keeping multiple options open always. So no falling in love with one hand for me. This girl doesn't do that.
3 crack. East. 1 dot. 5 BAM.
And as soon as I'm convinced that it's not going to work out, then it's not going to work out. Now, I will probably keep I'm thinking the 5 crack, because if I did get a soap, 2025 would work better there. I mean, it's a long shot, I was just keeping my options open. I guess I'll do this one.
5 BAM. 4 BAM.
Especially since there was one out already. Ignore.
South. 3 BAM.
And we'll keep that 5 for
3
just a
BAM.
little bit more.
North. West. 8 crack.
Huh, 3, 5 BAM's
5
gone
BAM.
now.
9 crack. 2 BAM.
Okay, so 2 BAM, I can't call it. Number 1, it's the single position for 2, 4, 6, 8, line 4. And I can't call it either for any like numbers because I don't have any jokers. So I am SOL.
1 BAM.
Okay, 2, 4, 6, 8.
6 crack, 6 crack. 4 bam. 3 crack, call, north.
All right, we have a 3 crack here. One is out already, one's still available exposure. If they don't hog it from me, there's a second soap.
6 bam. 1 crack.
Maybe I should have looked at, see, again, I don't like the 2, 4, 6, 8 singles in pairs, so I'm not too
7.
upset. There's a third soap.
4 dot.
All right, nice. All right, so I'm giving up. I know when to say I can't keep that flexibility open with that hand. So
5 crack.
now we're down to 2 hands. Any like numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, line 4. Let's see what we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Line, that's 11 toward 2, 4, 6, 8, line 4. Line 2, unless we start getting dragons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, one more toward 2, 4, 6, 8, if I counted it
8
right.
crack.
You have 12 toward line 4.
Oh, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, what did I say? 11? Or did I not? 12 for that one. And how many did I say for any like numbers right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Much nicer, that one.
4 dot.
Thank you for
7
adding
crack.
for me that I
1
can't
bam.
add.
9 bam. 8 dot. East. 7 bam. 7 bam. 5 bam. 6 dot. 6 dot.
Matter of fact, let's put that hand together the way it belongs, so I don't. Okay. There we go, right there.
9 crack.
It's really pretty.
North.
Look at that. Now I get it. Now I get it. Let's just look and see what it looks like. I don't have the pair. It wouldn't make any sense to do it. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have, I'd have to take one away from one of these here, which wouldn't make sense. And nah, the soaps, 3 of them are gone if I needed it for that. Okay, so now I'm going to do the red. Let me move that out of the way for a minute.
Red. 7 crack. Green. 8 bam. 1 dot. West. 7 crack. West.
Well, we're at 41 tiles. We're almost in the end game, the last third of the game. And we'll start paying a little bit closer attention
7 dot. North.
to what's going
4
on.
bam. Green. 6 bam. East. 8 dot. Green.
Nice. Very nice. So now, because I don't like to put jokers up with flowers because they go in a heartbeat. It's like just giving a gift. So I now can call Mah Jongg on a joker or a flower, which is really what I would hope would happen. So here we go.
2 dot. 6 dot. 8 bam. South.
Look,
Joker swap.
thank you so much, Annie. And there we go.
Mah Jongg.
There we go. Thank you guys for your help again. Line 4, 2, 4, 6, 8. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Now, Annie was playing 1, 3, 5 with the matching dragons, 3 tiles away from Mah Jongg. If you have 2 discards, that means you're 3 away from Mah Jongg, if you're wondering. And Amistad has 3, 6, 9, line 4, with the 3s and 9s matching suits with the single 3, 6, 9 and 2 away from Mah Jongg. Consecutive run line 4 for Kurt. with the singles and then 4-5, 3 away from Mah Jongg. Not bad.
First Charleston.
All right, let's get this sorted. Oh, we've got 2 jokers and we've got a multiple of 9 dots. And I don't have any other like numbers, but I certainly do have 1, 3, and 5. That's a pretty nice start to the line 1 on the left side of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, or line number 5. Line number 5. So that's pretty cool. Now with these here, we have the 1 and the 3, maybe a mixed suit. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 could happen if we could keep everything. We'll see. But I also have 3, 6, 9 going on here. I'd almost rather consider that line number 5 and keep line number 1A in mind and keep the 3s and 6, some of the 3s and 6s if I can. So I'm thinking of doing this to keep the 3, 6. Actually, I kind of like this because let me show you the hand. 3, 6, 6, 9. Line number 1 on the right side of 3, 6, 9. Line 1B. And all of that right there is very pretty. So in this case, I don't think I'm going to keep the green. I can see potential for somewhere where it could be used, but I think this top hand is a nice safety hand to keep an eye on for sure. So let's see. Okay, Stacy, thank you for coming. See you soon. And let's go ahead and pass this. Carol said I'm on fire tonight. Well, that's because you guys all helped me. Okay, now I got a 6 dot. And man, this is kind of leading way more toward the 3, 6, 9 section, isn't it? Much more toward the 3, 6, 9 section. So I'm actually going to now abandon the idea of the 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 section. And I'll do, this would be a more benign pass maybe than 5 and 8. I don't know. Only because you can go 5, 6, 7, 8, and you 1 through 1 and 8 don't go together at all. All right, that's what I'm doing. Now I got a 3 dot. And I can pass this, this, and this. And I have a 3 crack. I'm going to be looking at all this stuff and I have to continue, of course. Well, I may not have to, depends on the hand because I only have 2 tiles to pass. So now we got to really think about it. All right, line number 2nd from the bottom. Let's start there. I'm starting bottom up. Okay, which could be 3s at the end or 6s. That means I have flexibility there, but I can't keep them all if I'm going to continue. Oh my goodness. Okay, next line up would be 3s and 9s with in the middle 3, 6, 9 both ways with bams or cracks. This is hysterical. Okay, line number 2A. I'm missing flowers right now, so those hands with the flowers aren't bubbly for me. Yeah, so okay, let's look at this other hand that we were looking at up top, which hasn't changed. 3, 6. That's not the way we were doing it. 3, 6, 6, 9 we were doing that. And it can also be 3, 6, 3, 6, 9 if I get flowers, or 3, 6, 6, 9 that way. Whoa. Oh my God, I need a vote from you guys. I am really in a pickle. I really want to keep it all, but I'm not. I don't have just one hand. I don't just have one hand. My favorite right now is this one. So this one here with 3s or 6s is my favorite. And if I keep one of the 6s, then I could do 3, 6, 6, 9. Either one. I could keep this 6 and do 3, 6 crack and 6, 9 dot. But I'm thinking that would make sense. Yeah, line 5 is for sure, but I need one other backup. And my other backup is going to be 3, 6, 6, 9, line number 1, I believe, A. So I'm going to continue. We really are praying. We're praying on this one.
Second Charleston.
Agnes agrees, so good, we're on the same page there. Oh, phew, I don't have to make a decision. Thank you. Here or there, and that helps me.
Courtesy pass.
Oh, look at how pretty that is. My goodness, 2 tiles for courtesy.
2 dot.
And of course I got the 9, but I would have rather have gotten a 3. Ignore. So if I am doing this hand, these jokers can go here. See, I could put them there now because I know that's where they'll go for that, unless something changes up. All right, what did I get at the end? I got the 1, the 2, the 9, or the one I just got in. Not sure if the 9 may be needed, so I might hold that for a little bit, just in case.
2 crack. So 8 band. 9 dot.
Okay, I'm not gonna call it. I could bail and go with an easier hand right now, but I'm not. Too early to commit. Oh, holy moly.
1 dot. 1 dot. So call 5 band.
I want to get 1, 3 crack or ooh. We have got to look at it 2 ways. So let's count right now. All the pairs are covered. That's wonderful, right? So we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 that way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that way. Well, that kind of tells me that I know I have to go that way, but guess what? I don't have to stick to one of them. I could do this one, 3, 6, 6, 9, which would be like this. And this one is nice, even though this is what I was talking about with that hand, what is it called? Hand, where they show you the hands. And I love Maj. Hints or whatever. This hand is 1 tile further away than the other. But I like this one better, but we don't have to commit yet. But the reason I like it better is because I can call each grouping and only use 1 joker. The other way, we're nice because we got the pairs. I'm happy about that. But if I were to call the 3 crack, I'd be putting up 2 jokers. And that is would not make me happy. Right? So I have 1 tile to get out and still be able to keep, not this, did I say 6 crack? I didn't mean the 6 crack. Yeah, that got me confused for a second because I had that pair there for that other hand. If I were to call the 3 crack, I need 3. I need 2 jokers, so I need to call with 2 jokers. If I called the 3 right away, I'd be putting up. Does that make sense? Yeah, how come I feel like I'm closer to the other way? Let me just count it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, no, 10, right, because of the 3 dots. Okay,
9.
enough of that.
4
Let
dots.
me get over it here. Kurt called the soaps and I wasn't paying attention.
5 dots. 3.
Oh, here is that situation right now. I am not going to call this very first 3 bam and put it up with 2 jokers. So I'm just saying ignore. If I have to, I'll be doing the other hand with 3 crack, 6 crack, 6 dot, 9 dot. I'm not taking it.
7
No
crack.
way. Too
East.
early, and I don't want to put
5
up 2
dot.
jokers.
9 bam. 2 bam. South. 4 crack. 9 bam.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm in that same situation, having to put up all those jokers with a Kong. Not smart. Now I'm even closer to this hand. I mean, this guy can go anywhere. We'll stick it in the middle. This is the hand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I have now switched hands. I really thought the second hand from the bottom was going to be it. But no, it is not going to be it. Now, here's the interesting thing. If I were to get rid of the 3 bam and I ended up getting a 6 bam, I could still, for a little bit, keep track of this, that same hand that I thought I was doing with 6 bams. Weird, but true. Okay, done, committed. These are going.
3 bam. West. North. 4 crack. Red. North. 8 crack.
I should have looked
7
at
bam.
Quince with all these jokers.
7 bam. 2 bam. 3 bam. 3 crack.
Okay, we're calling that baby for a pung. Yes, we are.
Call. 3 dot. 1 bam. 8 crack. Green. 4 dot. 2 dot.
Yeah, I'm going fast. I don't need to think about anything right now. I just want to make my hand,
9 crack.
other than thinking about if I get something I need to call. Oh, Debbie, may I have your joker, please?
Joker throb.
Woo, my goodness.
3 dots.
So we can now mahjong on a 9 dot, a 6 dot, a 6 crack, or a joker. That's, look at those jokers.
1 dot. 3 bam. 4 bam. 5 bam. 2 crack. 4 bam. 2 bam. 4 bam. 1 crack. 5 bam. Flower. Call. 1 crack.
All righty, Annie, no jokers up there. That's okay anyway. Hopefully I won't get another one.
Green.
There we go. So to see how it would be, that would be our Kong. That's our Pung. And that's our Kong.
Mah Jongg.
Now, you guys know the last 2 Wednesday nights were really, really tough. I think maybe I made 1 mahjong, if any, all night, right? So this is fun when you make mahjong. Okay, Annie, consecutive run, line 4 with the singles and the flowers, 3 away from mahjong. Consecutive run, line 4 as well for Amistad with the dots and the bams, and also 3 away from mahjong. Kurt, Winds and Dragons, line 4 with the single news and 4 away from mahjong. Whoa, let's take a quick peek at the leaderboard. I knew I was up there, but all right, let's start again. Sort by suit, and I got 1 joker. Woohoo! All righty, stick this here for a sec. Although I know it's probably not going to stay there. I have multiple nines. I have a pair of nines. I have a pung of threes. That certainly could be 3, 6, 9. But I also have 2, 3, 4 in the soap. That's consecutive. Consecutive, anywhere in consecutive, even with the 1. But I would keep the soap, knowing that in consecutive there is a matching run. Whether or not these 9s are going to work out, we'll know. We'll know. Oh, Debbie said suggested hands, make a hand. Yeah, I think it's called suggested hands, Deb. Oh, I just don't want my students using it. I'm saying. All right, this, and I don't think it matters one way or another which one I keep. Actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3 with the matching soap. I've got a lot of good things there. Now, I did get the 6 if I wanted to think about 3, 6, 6, 9. 3, 6 dot, 6, 9 crack. I think I've got more flexibility with the run. So it looks like we're going to end up breaking these up. The question becomes, we're on the first across. If I get in any more tiles toward my hand, I don't want to end up getting stuck passing the pair. So I'm going to break it up right now, and I feel okay with doing that. Right? I didn't get any more, but that's okay. That's good. And I got another 1. So we don't know what's going to happen here, but I got to continue.
In Charleston.
Okay, we got these same ones back again. Oh, there's more than 1 8 out there. Okay,
Courtesy pass.
good. I'll do 3. Now, I don't normally end up with all 1 suit like that, but if it happens for the right reasons, I'll keep it. But don't collect same suits just for same suit reason. They have to make sense for some working out something. All right, so I'm going to get rid of, I don't think I need this, so I should have gotten rid of that first, actually. Oh, there goes the soap. Too early to commit to anything. Let it go. Let it go.
6 dot, 3 crack. Sound. 8 band.
Interesting. Very interesting, I might
Okay.
say.
8 crack.
The only hand that has the 4 1s that would work would be flower. 1, 2, 3 flowers. We don't have any flowers yet. We need a pair there, but we'll see what happens.
8 band. 4 crack.
Okay.
1 crack. 4 band. 7 band. 9 band.
Okay, let me see. No 9 cracks. And 1 4 bam. So the 9 crack will be my priority tile.
9 crack. 8 dots. 3 crack. 7 dots.
Okay.
8 band. North. 9 dots. 9 band.
See, I'm not worrying. You notice I don't worry about what hand. What hand am I doing? I need to know. I don't need to know until I run out of discards. Then I could take a look.
7 band. 6 crack.
Or until something goes out that I have to consider
6 band.
calling. Either way.
4 band. North.
We're almost out of discards.
9 band. East. 3 band. 2 dots.
Okay, now I gotta make some decisions, right? So if I were to do line number 2, A, because that's the 1 suit side, that's our pung, Kong. And I would put up 2 jokers with the 2 dot, which I don't love to do. I could do it. But there are still 2 more 2 dots. So I tend to hold off and wait. But you know, it is kind of, I mean, I just think that it makes more sense to hold up and wait. Now, for the matching dragon hand line 5, we don't even have flowers yet. So that's kind of like, it doesn't even make sense to even be thinking about that right now. But I want to wait just 1 more 2 dot or something. What do you guys think? What would you do right now in my position? Would you just grab it and use all your jokers, and 2 jokers are available for your opponents? And, you know, if the 4-1-4 dot goes out, then I know Leslie says you tell us to wait. Everybody's saying wait. Oh, I'm so proud of you guys. Okay. I know that
One bam.
a year ago you would have all said, call it, right?
East. 2 crack. 8 dot. 4 dot.
Oh, look, now I have a bad situation too. Shoot. If I had used it before, I would have been in the situation where I couldn't have even considered calling it. So now I have to like think, what do I do here? What do I do? What do I do? If I were to get flowers, I can still use that 4 for line 5. And if I get another joker or something, but I also would need the 2, a pair of 2s to come in. Oh, I'm gonna call it. This I have to now because it is a Kong. I was hoping I was gonna get another joker before, but you know what?
Call.
It's only a game. So
1 dot.
we're just gonna hope I
9
get
dot.
1 more joker.
7 dots. 8 crack. West. 9 bam. 3 crack. 5 dot. 5 dot. 7 crack. 7 bam. 1 bam.
I'm dying
6
for it.
bam.
Pick a good joker
9
in.
dot. 1 crack. 1 bam. 9 crack. Call. 5 crack.
All right, we have this joker exchange. Nope, it's a dead joker right there in the first row.
8 dot. 8 bam. 1 bam. North. 4 crack.
Too bad.
3 bam. 5 crack. 8 crack.
Very nice. Beautiful, beautiful.
So call 6 dot.
Interesting. Well, I'm certainly happy I didn't hold that any longer. Man,
West.
I am so
2 crack.
happy.
Joker swap. 7 crack.
And is there 1 more still available? Yes.
2 dot.
Ah, Mah Jongg.
Mah Jongg.
Oh my, that was pretty lucky. That could have been anybody's hand, really. All right, Annie was playing 2025 line 3, 2 away from Mah Jongg. Amistad wins in Dragons line 4. That was, oh my God, he was set for Mah Jongg, so it could have been his hand. And then line 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and she was 4 away from Mah Jongg. Far, far, far. Yikes. Okay, I'll take a quick peek. 160, Amistad and Annie. Oh my goodness, they gave me Mah Jongg and they got into the minuses. Sorry, sad. All right, we have time for 1 more game.
First Charleston.
No jokers. No jokers. You know, I'm going to hope that I get more wins, and I'm gonna try for singles and pairs, line 1. What else are we gonna keep for a backup? Oh, Leslie, bye. Thanks for coming tonight. Okay, so what else could we keep with the ones? Oh, we have ones plus 9 could equal 10. So I'll keep the 9 and the soap, and we'll mix up this stuff here. Any way is good. Any pass is decent, could be decent. Let's see what happens. Oh, I was hoping to get another wind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I do want to keep this here because I know there is the hand with the matching dragon in consecutive. So I'm going to do this. This is a pretty pass. I got a 3. That's nice. I could still keep an eye on singles and pairs if I can figure out what to get rid of. So I'm ones and nines equals 10 is going to get me away from that right there. So I guess I'll keep this for the matching dragon hand and maybe hope a little bit more. I hate to pass this, but I could do a blind pass here. Then again, I want to maximize what I get in. And I don't think 1 plus 9 equals 10 is going to be an easier hand. So that's got a conga flowers. Oh my goodness, look what we got in West. Now we have to take a look at, we only need 1. Okay, so East and West. 1, 2, 3. We can get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there is that singles and pairs hand. I can get rid of 1 West, the 9 bam, and the 9 crack. Good, we don't have to make a decision yet. Yay.
Second Charleston.
Ooh. All right. 1, this here is better to hold than the green. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pung Kong, Pung Kong. It's certainly the easier hand, and it doesn't require the pair of flowers. Okay, so the singles and pairs hand is pretty. I think it might, who knows? It might come in.
Courtesy pass.
Wouldn't it be crazy? Only need the 1 East and West. So I'm going to do 3.
Flower.
Nope. We're going to need to be lucky with some East and West picks, aren't we? But I just realized I could keep news with 1, 3. If we get 3 cracks and 5 cracks, I don't think I passed any in the Charleston, but I could have. But
So-
I just saw that hand
So
with that 5 crack. And I'm going to get rid of what I had here first, left in the Charleston.
8 crack. 8 bam. Call. 6 dot.
Early call with an 8 bam available for
6
Joker
crack.
exchange. Okay, get the 6. Oh, 6 is out already, so I'll do this one.
9 bam. 8 crack.
Oh, Deb says, I'm about to have eye surgery and cannot see very well. My husband helped me. Oh, tell your husband, thank you. That is so sweet.
West.
My husband would do the
7
same
crack.
thing for me. All right, now we just got to get all our tiles out and that are fresh. So 8 crack is out already. 6 crack is out. The 1 crack is not. That will be the one I will get out.
1 crack. Green. 8 crack. 8 dot. 4 dot. 4 crack. 4 bam.
Would like that in my hand.
Red.
Oh, I gotta hold that for a while, for sure. And 8,
8 crack, 7 crack, 6 dot,
because I don't know if I end up doing something 1, 2, 3 flower 1, 2, 3. I don't know.
green,
This hand is not coming in real pretty, I gotta say.
6 dot,
This
4
might be
dot,
my loss of the night.
2 crack, 4 crack, 4 dot, 8 dot, 5 crack,
Hmm.
6 crack,
I should have thrown the
7
1
dot,
dot, but I wanted to think a little bit about it for some reason. I don't know why.
5 crack,
Not sure.
3 crack. Call, south,
Oh, a quint. This is not gonna be my hand. There's 1 south. Holy moly, Amistad. Really?
1 crack,
Really? That was my hope for 1, 3, 3, 5. I know all those 5s went out already. Darn. Really? Oh my God. He could be playing line 1, line 2, or line 3. Who knows what he's playing? Son of a gun. Okay.
5 dot, 1 dot, 5 crack, 9 crack,
Now I have the 4th 5 crack, which probably makes it a little safer here for me to keep. Getting the wrong wins.
east, east,
So if he's playing line 2, that's why I'm not seeing all those, whatever he's using. Like south,
down.
maybe. Oh, I'd like that.
4 bam,
Oh my God, my hand is really going down the tubes.
9 bam, 2 bam,
Look, all my tiles are
5
going out.
dot,
No jokers?
5 bam,
All right, how many 4 BMs are out? 1, 2, 3. I can't make the singles and pairs hand anymore. So, so basically, and even the 1, 3, 3, 5 is not even realistic at this point. So what can we do? 1, 2, 3 is a possibility. 5, all the 5s are out. The 1 dots are 2 are out. I thought I saw 2. Why do I only see 1 there? Could have sworn I saw another one. Okay, nope. All of these tiles gotta go because of Amistad. So if I give him Mah Jongg, he deserves it because I think he was one of the ones with a -10, I think. All right, so we're gonna do this first. And I'm sorry, my hand didn't come in.
5 bam,
It was hopeful.
5 bam, 2 bam,
See, all my tiles are going out. All my tiles.
west, 2 bam, 1 dot, west,
All of them are bad here. So the north is probably the most important. I should have, although I thought 1 went out. I thought a north went out. No? Okay.
north, 1 dot, 1
This
crack,
is not gonna
South.
be my hand. We got 1 joker.
west, 8 dot, 5 bam, 9 crack,
1 joker. Oh, this could be 2, 3. Line 2. How many 2 cracks have gone out? Oh, lots. I'm not worried.
2 crack, joker swap, flower, Mah Jongg,
Look at that. It wasn't even Amistad who won. And he was doing 2, 3. And those 3s were going out too. Well, no, only 1, I think, right? 1 went out. No, he called the 3s. Never mind. He called the 3s. So he was doing 2, 3, and he was set for Mah Jongg. On what? Wait a minute. Oh, flower 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Yeah, flower 1, 2, 3, line 1. I was thinking he was doing line 2.
You had his 1 bams.
And I have his 1s. Wow. Yeah. Or Amistad. Annie won. Good job, Annie. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's the hand I was switching to. but all my twos went out. Son of a gun. My hand really never developed. Yeah, Debbie, that's what Jackie just said. I believe it was Jackie that said I had his 1BMs. Poor Amistad. He would have not made that hand. Look at that. You're watching the replay. And you are not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please consider subscribing. Click the bell so you get notified when I go live or post new videos. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Thank you guys for helping me tonight. I hope for those that were new tonight that this was helpful. Thank you guys. I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you so much for your help as always. Until I see you again, practice, 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 and be well, everybody. Good night, y'all.
Okay.